Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So in today's video, we're going to be exploring 5 analyst roles as well as a bonus role that is also an analyst role. We're going to be reviewing them in this video. And as I mentioned in a couple of videos before, that analyst positions are doing very well right now, which is why from the trend, you tend to see a lot of analyst jobs being posted. So these roles are kind of trending in an upward direction. There's a positive correlation to these jobs, and these positions tend to pay higher than non-standard analyst roles. So which there's definitely a trend happening with those type of job titles. And I'm going to be talking about a couple of them that I see often, and also spending some time about what these positions oftentimes will require in terms of qualifications. And then we're also going to be talking about the salary, compensation, as well as some companies, which are going to be examples that I'll be sharing in this video. The lead company for this video is Dropbox. So let's dive right in. We're going to be starting off with this role right here. This is with Sotheby's, okay? I've done Sotheby's before in the past. Sotheby's is for art as well as luxury. So they basically help promote luxury items such as artwork and so forth. And they have this position titled Product Operations Analyst. They are asking for you to have a bachelor's degree. So oftentimes, a lot of these analyst roles require a bachelor's degree. 2 years experience in relevant work experience, self-starter, someone who is very self-driven. You're looking for somebody that is able to work complex situations, prioritize, someone who is not a procrastinator, somebody who is able to self-motivate themselves to get things done, someone also who is able to multitask and plan their day very well with very little to no direction at all. So that's what this position is. As you can see, the salary is not bad. It's between $55,000 and $75,000 per year. They also oftentimes will ask for you to have some experience with different Microsoft tools under your belt. I've talked about Microsoft productive tools before in one of my videos, so please make sure you check that video out. And those Microsoft product tools include Excel. We talk about PowerPoint. They also talk about Outlook for emails and so forth. And Google Drive is definitely on the list if you do not have experience with Excel. As long as you have Google Drive experience, that could potentially be interchangeable with Microsoft product as well. So that's this position. We're going to talk about the next position, which is strategy analyst. This position basically is an individual that comes into an organization, evaluate everything, and sometimes it can be a department. It can also be a process, and they evaluate the department, evaluate the process, evaluate different workflows, and come up with new ways to innovate, new ways to transform whatever is being done so that production can be higher, so that productivity can be better, so that outcomes can be better, and so forth. So that's what this strategy analyst would do. So let's talk about this role that is with Vertex. Vertex is looking for a strategy analyst. This is an example of one of those jobs. We're seeking an analyst strategy to help support development of Vertex's corporate and business strategy. So you'll be part of the chief strategy officer working closely with the director and providing innovation, like I talked about, coming up with different ways to do things better. So as a member of the CSO, you have the ability to work on impactful, complex projects with high visibility. As an analyst, you're responsible for executing specific aspects of a project, include customer segmentation, new market evaluations, pricing, business model development, and growth opportunity exploration, as well as many others. So if all of that sounds great, then being a strategy analyst is definitely something that can be exciting. It can also be competitive because it gives you that opportunity to sell yourself. You come up with an idea. It gives you also an innovative opportunity as well, because you get to think outside the box where you're not doing the same thing day in and day out. So just keep that in mind. So this is one that I personally, as an individual, I prefer roles that challenge me. I don't like doing the same monotonous task every day. So a strategy analyst is definitely something that would be a good fit for my personality. So, but that's just definitely something to think about. And I think all of these analyst roles, that's one of the things that is exciting about them, is that they do allow you to fit into specific ideology or specific idea of task that you would like for a job. And then you kind of mold yourself into that. So you can read it and be able to say, okay, this is kind of me. This is a job I find myself doing and enjoying. So I am definitely going to go for that. So that's what this one is. They are looking for you to have a bachelor's degree in relevant discipline, 2 to 3 years of strategy work, especially in a corporate strategy environment or strategy consulting firm. From there, they talk about analytical tools, being able to research, discover, solve problems, and so forth. Someone who is a structured thinker, someone who's self driven. If you notice, self driven is something that continues to be a commonality in terms of soft skills between all of these analyst roles. So they're talking about being self driven, someone with deep intellectual curiosity, someone who really is very curious, want to dissect, want to uncover, fix problems. Location East Coast is preferred. All right, so that is this position. We're going to move on to the next one. This one is Production Support Business Analyst. So this is more of a business analyst role. Production Support Business Analyst. So we've talked about Operations Analyst, we've talked about Strategy Analyst. Now we are talking about Production Support Business Analyst, specifically Business Analyst. So that's how oftentimes it would be. So as a business analyst, basically what you do is you are that bridge between communicating the business needs to either the IT department to create different systems, processes that the organization or the business is interested in, making sure that both sides understand themselves. So that is the focused business analyst. For this particular example we're looking on the screen, which is with EXP Realty, they're looking for somebody to focus on production support. So production support in this case would be making sure that whatever needs to be piloted and put into production, I've gone through all the scrutiny that it needs to go through, and making sure that both sides, whether in this case the business as well as the rest of the organization, are well informed of what the business is trying to do. So they also talked about technology here as well. So I'm sure there's a little bit of technology to that mix also. So as a production support, you will be integral part of engineering, serving as a contributor in the production life cycle of sophisticated enterprise class software solutions designed to solve business challenges while bridging the gap between multiple departments and technology. So this is really focusing on technology as well. So even though they talked about production, but technology, the technical piece of it is quite larger than I had assumed initially. So this is definitely one that fits into that bucket of interpreting the business needs to the IT department so they are on the same page in terms of what the business would like to see from a technological perspective, and also making sure that the technical department understands in technical way what the business would like to see. So that's what this position is. So with this one, they're asking for 5+ years experience in IT. They're also asking 5+ years in customer service focused type of roles and so forth. Experience with Zoho, Jira, Confluence is a competitive advantage. It's not required, but they would like for you to have that type of experience. This role will require daily collaboration. So one thing that I do want to call out with analysts is that you are constantly collaborating with others. And as you already know, if you are a subscriber on this channel, you know Ekpe loves any job that is going to give you the opportunity to interact with others to get things done. And the reason for that, like I always say, is because when you are in that interactive position, you're going to interface with so many people, interface with so many departments, and in some cases, leadership of those departments. And that is going to only expose you further so that potentially should you be ready to move from where you are. So this particular role, the pay is actually very, very good. So about $72,000 to $75,000 per year is the salary bracket for this one. All right. With this one, you can see on here, they provide you with equipment and they also provide you with monthly technology stipend. So that is EXP royalty. So they offer that. The next opportunity we're going to be talking about, which is the fourth one, is the Global Collections Analyst. And this one is with Dropbox. This particular analyst role, Dropbox is adding the word global to it. And maybe that's to kind of emphasize that you are going to be working globally within the organization. With Dropbox, they're looking for you to come in and provide support, especially with regards to accounts receivable, making sure that any type of collections services, especially from a global customer base perspective, you're going to be monitoring that, going to be doing a lot of interfacing with customers, providing the necessary follow-ups, querying issues, any queries that come in, any cash applications, write-offs, debt analysis, making sure month to month, quarter to quarter that the accounts are balanced and any carryover are reported up to leadership as needed. So creating reports that shows whether there are trends that needs to be paid attention to and so forth. So that's what this position primarily is about. So they talk about ownership of a large portfolio, global customers, assist with accounts receivable, like we've talked about already before, submit refund, adjustment, assist with cash applications, assist in ad hoc projects, initiatives as needed. So they're asking for 2 years experience in multinational accounts receivable. They also talk about other soft skills as well, strong communication, collaboration is back here again. As I mentioned before, all analyst role has collaboration as part of skill set, as part of essentials for doing the job very well. So it's really important. So fluent in English, so written and spoken is required. And then they talk about Microsoft products again. So Microsoft applications are things that definitely are relevant in the world of analysts. They do have some preferred qualifications on here. They talk about Salesforce and Oracle Fusion. It's a big plus. But the salary bracket for this position is on the high side. The minimum is $63,000 depending on where you're located, and the maximum is $107,000. So that is the salary bracket for this position. They talk about the zoning right here so that you are aware of what they mean by that. The New York metro area as well as Seattle and San Francisco fall under zone 1, which is the highest paying. So keep that in mind. You can definitely review that in your own time. So but those are some of the benefits. They offer 401k, they offer medical as well as other, dental, vision, etc. They also offer other allowance on what matters, for example, wellness, learning, development, food, etc. So that is really it. So they also have this, yes, in mental health and wellness benefits, free Dropbox space for your friends and family. So this is one that was definitely new to me that I was not aware of before, but it looks like they offer that also. And the last position I have is with KeyLogic. KeyLogic is looking for systems analyst. So system analyst is one that is also a common and upward trending position right now. Obviously, you can then further classify adding energy, in some cases, technical systems, many things, and so forth. So, really, this is a position that can go either way, whether very technical or not. So, keep that in mind as well. So, with this position, this one is very much on the technical side in terms of engineering. So, this is an engineering focused position, and you are expected to have certification as an engineer, and specifically energy engineers. They're asking for US citizenship, master's or bachelor's degree is also required for this position, and so forth for this particular role. The expectation is for you to have a number of experience. They also expect you to be very conversant in the world of engineering, specifically energy engineering. They also talk about proven track record of managing multiple projects, which are more generic. But then the specific engineering type of requirements is right here, and they kind of made those very bold. You see here's the certified energy manager certification from the Association of Energy of Engineers. And then they talk about this one experience with the National Energy Modeling Systems as well. So this is a very specific one, which is why I put it as last on my list. Analyst, or definitely positions that are out there right now that are trending upward as well. And with these position, you can work either in an entry level, seasoned role, and so forth. The one that I happen to share in this video is a much more seasoned position. However, there are quite a number of entry level roles out there. So definitely go ahead and check those out. So those are the opportunities, guys. As I mentioned, 5 analyst roles that you should be searching and applying for right now. I hope you find these leads helpful. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed already. Till next time, I wish you guys all the very best of luck, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.